All right, friends, we back with one more video. It's on Jason Blaha Strength and Fitness, and I think he's getting pissed off with me because he just mentioned something about me in this video, bro. Because I'm just like pumping out these videos left and right. You know what I mean? Because it's easier doing it this way. Size doesn't equal strength because there is a small guy with a big bench and other absurdities. Yeah. Size doesn't equal strength because there is a small guy with a big bench and other absurdities, I suppose. Let's just watch this video. It's ridiculous.
Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and today I want to chat with you guys a little bit about something that is really amusing for me as someone who's a coach, someone who's been putting out daily fitness and lifting content for over a decade.
Oh, for over a decade I've been putting out fitness and coaching and all this, and they fucking, man, bullshit garbage, man, whatever. Listen, YouTube is punishing your coach because he bought his subscribes because nobody want to watch him. He came late to the party, like a lot of YouTubers. They've come late to the party, so they all want to make it. You understand me? These other YouTubers started before him. That's why they're all 500,000, 1,000,000, 300,000. I mean, look at Alpha Destiny. He's like at almost 400,000 or something. And even he's crawling at a really small pace. You know what I mean? Because he just doesn't have the resources like Jeff Nippert or all these other people to put things together. So he's at 113. It's stagnated. It's never growing. It's always at 113. He even got lucky to get the 13. He probably even bought that as well for all we know. That's because he wanted to make himself popular. There's a very small number. He thinks that's like, oh, I got the status now. I'm a coach because I have over 100,000 subs. With their fake subs, bro. Get it? He's a fake coach.
Started training well over 20 years ago. 25 years, 26.
Whoa, 25. 26. Yes, make up the numbers. How old are you? 45, 46 years old? Okay. Me, I'm 10 years older than you, so yeah, I think I have more experience than you as a coach, man. I could call myself a master athlete. Like, I'm a super athlete, bro. Like, I know, like, fucking inside and out. When you're talking about training and shit, I fucking know training inside and out, motherfucker. Like you, I can run circles around you. You're nothing compared to me. I even know where to look for what I'm looking for, the research, because I got experience. My experience allows me to find that fucking information, but it's driving you nuts because I'm debunking you, all your bullshit.
Whatever it's been. I've lost track at this point.
He's gonna bring it up in a few minutes about these things that I'm bringing up, using this stuff to debunk his bullshit and everybody else out there.
And the information I put out is pretty well supported by the research, pretty well supported by...
It is. The information you're bringing out is supported by the research, but you haven't provided any research. I have, but you haven't provided any. See, I posted so much on my old channel before you struck that channel with a copyright to take me down. You knew I had all the information was there. I literally destroyed all you people with it. I was already gaining traction. But don't worry. The new channel is going to do a lot better. It's growing at a very fast pace, bro.
My observation as a coach, observing lifters over the decades. And it's always amazing when people will...
You are a lifting slave. That's what you are. You are a gym slave. You are not a coach. Stop pretending. You are not a coach.
Look for exceptions to a rule, right? To somehow debunk it. And the reality is what most of us are.
Yeah, there's the rule. I debunked it. I've debunked all your stuff. Why are you so upset, Jason? What's your problem, man? Because you can't handle the truth? You think those reports I brought out are fake from NCBI PubMed, huh? Hey, you think they're fake, bro? Yeah, I made them up. I fabricated them. I popped them out. I pulled them out of the air, huh? It must be really hurting you right now.
When we're putting out information, myself included, we're trying to give you guys the best.
You're not putting out information. You're not putting out information. Information means it has to be verified. It has to be from a reliable source like science. There were tests done on it. You are putting out fake information fabricated from your sick mind. Get it, bro? That's the difference.
Information possible for most circumstances, and occasionally giving you exceptions. And knowing when you might be the exception to that rule. Okay. And one of the ones that's always hilarious, and I've seen other coaches reference this, when we discuss muscle mass in the bench press, which coach after coach after coach has observed this, like powerlifting coaches around the world all realize this real quick.
They do they?
Scientific research looking into max benches versus DEXA scans on lifters. Like everyone.
What does a max bench have to do with a DEXA scan? That force production is through androgen receptors. We all know this. It's in science. It's in PubMed, NCBI. Myocytic androgen receptor controls the strength, but not the mass of the limb muscles. Do you understand that? They don't control that. You are getting a force production. A lifting heavier is not going to get you a bigger because it is not responsible for the mass of the limb muscles. A stronger can never get you a bigger. You understand me? Yeah.
Universally agrees that obviously leverages and arm lengths matter, but by and large, when other factors are equal, just having a bigger chest and having a bigger, thicker upper body and more muscle in it usually produces a much stronger bench press.
A bigger, thicker, whatever is going to produce a much bigger bench press. So getting fluid and inflammation in your chest, making it bigger, is going to give you a bigger bench press? No, man. Getting more of these androgen receptors and motor units to proliferate will get you more of that bench press. And you are now a trained athlete when you come to the gym because it takes a shift into type 1 muscle fibers to protect these type 2 from getting damaged. And so they're in type 1. And so you're an endurance athlete. And so when you absorb when you eat glycogen, this artificial diet with your herbivore diet, then all this glycogen starts loading in the muscle as an energy source. And they call that sarcoplasmic hypertrophy. Now your muscles hypertrophy through something called sarcoplasmic and not myofibrillar growth. The reason being because it reached a ceiling limit during hypertrophic process. You understand me? The progenitor can no longer donate any extra nuclei to that domain to support further muscle growth. It reached an MND size limit, myonuclear domain size limit. It has a limit, bro. Get it? So yeah, it's not working. It's not working there. And so it takes on a life of its own. Now you're a trained athlete coming to the gym always. You are really, even if you are lifting very heavy and you're still lifting in the gym, you're an endurance athlete. I'm sorry to tell you people that, yeah.
Right? You can usually move more weight.
It's a possibility a power lifter, such extreme loads will get a fiber to split. The problem is they're training through it. They're constantly training because they're endurance athletes. They're constantly wanting to lift heavy weight. And so they fuck up the repair and remodeling of a splitted fiber. Yeah.
Now, obviously range of motion's a factor. Obviously arching and grip width and all these things are a big deal. Someone like me, I move the bar a pretty long distance. I have to have a lot of muscle in my chest and everything to bench. But
you have to have a lot of muscle on your chest to bench? That's absolutely fake.
People will point out, but there's this guy. I saw this guy.
Then let's see you without practicing weight, without ever practicing lifting. Let's see you lift a heavy weight. Let's see you put 315 on there and just lift it without ever practicing at doing anything as a natural human being. Let's see you lift a heavy weight. You can't. Want to know why you're weak. So what do? You practice that lifting and your body compensates you with androgen receptor strength, somewhere for those molecules to bind. Just like a woman that lifts a car off a kid in an emergency, she gets an influx of this adrenaline. It binds with the androgen receptor, giving her that fake temporary force production. That's what you have, a temporary fake force production. You understand me? Because you're practicing at it. Go away for 10 days. And you'll see after 10 days, it starts going away really quickly. That's why some people come into the gym. They say, today I could lift, yesterday I lifted 500. Today I could barely do 250. Why? Because they caused some damage to the receptor. That's the problem. They went away, some of them. and they lose that force production. It comes and goes very fast. Go away from the gym for a month, 2 months, 3 months, even a year and see what happens. See if you can come back and still lift that weight. So then it was fake. You never built it. If you built something, shouldn't it last? Shouldn't it be there? But no, it's not there. It disappeared. It's gone because it's all fake. Get it? Yeah. Now, if you build real muscle, will it just go away? No. If you build sarcoplasmic muscle, endurance muscles, glycogen loading through hypertrophy, and it goes away, what did you really build any muscle? No. It goes away. It's fake. You go away, it goes away. Now, if you build real muscle fibers, real muscle, will it go away? No, it just doesn't just like go away. Get it, bro? That's why I walk around like a bodybuilder because I actually built real muscle. That's why I don't train, I don't lift, I don't do anything. I just walk around and anybody asks me, do you lift? I go, nope. And they can't understand how I look like that because I don't lift. Duh.
Who's 150 pounds and he can bench 415.
And I can, even though I suffered a lot of problems with my spine, I had poor spine cord signal and stuff and numbness in my hands because of something bad that happened to me. I can still move very heavy weight. I could always go into a gym and squat 500 off the bat. You know, my bench was definitely suffering because of the nerve problem, the CNS to my hands and from my spine, the cord signal, from abnormal cord signal. It was paralyzing me. So my bench, the best I could do was, I think, I could still do 2 plates on each side. So that wasn't a big issue, 2 plates, and I could squat 500 easily. 500, 600 was not a problem. Yeah. So I don't know, man. Like I could do pretty heavy lifts. My lifts were still pretty heavy. I could curl about 100-pound dumbbells. Yeah, pretty easily actually. I can still do it. So yeah, I don't know. But then, COVID came and I was experimenting with weird food. That food really messed me up. And now I'm going back to a kind of a natural diet, which I've never done before, like pure carnivore, which I'm pure carnivore. So I'm always experimenting, doing different things, bro. I don't like doing the same things because they're boring for me. Get it? That's all. And I'm more into improving my health and getting stronger. That's about it.
And they'll use that as if that somehow invalidates that data. And the reality is the guy still has a big pecs. He has good
It does invalidate your data.
Leverages and big pecs. But it doesn't change the general rule. Because the assumption the person has is that they have now debunked all these studies and all these coaches because they found an...
See, I have debunked all the coaches and all their studies with the studies that I brought out and my videos, and it is driving him fucking nuts, bro. Look, listen to what he says again.
Is that they have now debunked all these studies and all these coaches because they found an exception somewhere. Well, that's well and good, but how does that help you?
I didn't find an exception somewhere. I know the truth. It's from experience that I found it, and I'm simply sharing that information because I believe that the public deserves the truth. Get it, broski? I believe they deserve the truth. Like Trump once said, I believe that the public deserves the truth. Yes, I believe they deserve the truth in fitness. You understand? Being fooled by people like you. You understand me? It has debunked you, and it's driving you nuts.
Right? It seems like oftentimes people are...
You created a monster. You're the one that struck my channel. You should have left it the way it was, and I wouldn't be making these videos now. But now I'm going after everybody. You and all your good friends, Jeff Nippert, and all your favorite buddies. They're all gym slaves, lifting slaves, just like you. Information slave and all this kind of bullshit. Motivational slave. You're all slaves, bro. Get it? And you've enslaved everybody else. Your minions are all slaves too on these channels.
Looking for an exception to a rule rather than realizing something is probably generally true. And
no exception to the rule. It is actually true what I produced. You just can't stand the truth.
If I use that advice to my advantage, I'll probably reach my goals more effectively. Okay?
Yeah, you should use my device. You should use my advice. You will reach your goals. But I ain't going to give out the secret anymore. I did on my old channel. I'm simply telling you what you're not going to get. What you definitely are not going to get. I could help some people get certain things. You know what I mean? I have running clients and running people that I'm still talking to. Many of them probably don't know my channel's gone. They're not looking for me. But there are, the odd one is now talking with me on here right now, one of them. Not a lot of them. They know me from my old channel. I did running videos. A lot of people have forgotten me. They're coming back. Like I said, I'm a super athlete, bro. Get it? I know exactly what I'm looking for, what I'm trying to accomplish, what I'm trying to get, and what I'm trying to do. I would never give bad advice to somebody if they asked me for it. You understand me? But I'm not giving out the secret.
Case in point. All of that being said, you look at the overwhelming amount of evidence, and we know that if you have big pecs and big triceps and you work on getting them bigger, your bench press is probably going to go up.
Let me get this straight. So if your pecs and your chest and everything gets bigger through sarcoplasmic hypertrophy, which is artificial muscle growth, we know it doesn't give you strength. It has nothing to do with strength. Real muscles will give you more strength because it has more places for the androgen receptor to bind with, and the motor units can proliferate through the new fibers if you build new muscle or a muscle gets bigger. If it gets bigger or gets more fiber, these androgen receptors widen, you get more of them, somewhere to attach. They're giving you more force production. That has nothing to do. If you look, what if you get inflammation or lactic acid now build up in your chest? Is that going to help you with your bench press? Or you get blood flow restriction? Is this guy like out of his mind or what? He's really fucking gone.
So what I would say to the people who, like to find these exceptions, it's like, okay, well, great. So is that going to help you get to a 400 plus bench? Like, did finding that...
Is that going to get you to a 400 pound bench? You can't even lift 400 pounds. So what are you talking about? You have to practice at it. And how does you do that? It's easy. Your body will compensate you with androgen receptors because it thinks you're destroying it. You understand me? It will not give you any more muscle because it's protected. It's protecting you from getting something called rhabdo and a bunch of other things, bro. It would interfere with people working and doing their jobs, day-to-day work, if they were to just move their arm or wave their arm around and they would magically build a muscle. The best is when you get these fucking people and they go, man, you take a shot of this fucking steroid and I walked up a stair. You could literally walk upstairs and build a muscle. Are you fucking retarded, man? If a factory worker or anybody, or you were fucking to take steroids and walk and move around and just magically build a muscle, and it would keep building and building and building, you'd fucking commit suicide and die. If everything that you did would build a muscle. It would be so uncomfortable. Nobody would be able to do any physical labor jobs out there or anything, not even hunting. Are you fucking stupid? You understand me? If somebody could just walk and build a muscle just like that, that isn't muscle you're building, you Nimrod. It's fucking sarcoplasmic. It's glycogen loading in the muscle. Stupid idiots.
Exception, because you found that guy with that high neural drive, perfect leverages, who refuses to train the rest of his body and just has pecs, because he still has big pecs. Okay. Nobody with a 405 plus bench doesn't have big pecs. Because I found those exceptions, and you see the guy shirtless, like, dude's got a big old set of teddies on him. Might not have a lot of arm or back or leg, but he's got big pecs on that light frame.
You see a guy who lifts heavy weights, he's got big pecs. Okay. I don't know what the correlation here is, but whatever.
Day one of being a girl athlete, I've already eaten a whole pint of pistachio ice cream, given
But he's got big pecs on that light frame.
I've seen people with little pecs and they can still bench heavy. What's the deal here? I don't understand this. I saw a guy pop his pec with a heavy weight and he had big pecs. He was on steroids.
So what's your strategy going to be? Clone him and inject his DNA into you? Like, what are you going to
That's ridiculous.
do? Have gene therapy flies and build your chest up?
Gene therapy.
You don't have the gene therapy. Whereas
This is retarded. Gene therapy. They've never found in gene therapy where you could build muscle, okay?
I would say to those people, in general, you should probably focus on getting a lot bigger. If you want your bench press to go up. You should probably build a lot of muscle in your upper body. Obviously.
Yeah, you should build a lot of muscle in your upper body. The problem is that you can't build any more muscle because it reached the myonuclear domain size limit. The progenitor is not donating any extra nuclei to that domain to support any further muscle growth. How do you bypass that, Jason? You just keep saying build muscle. What type of muscle? Sarcoplasmic muscle or myofibrillar? Which one is it? The mass on the myofibrillar?
Chest and muscle mass, and then it's like, but there's a vegan somewhere who's pretty jacked.
Oh, muscle mass. A vegan jacked. Is he on steroids too?
Well, what would happen if this person did this stuff right?
This is ridiculous.
Especially when the guy doesn't have any other lifts. But here's the point. So you take that guy, that exception to the rule that people think they found that's not really the exception. What would happen if he built everything? What would happen if that guy put another 15 pounds of solid muscle on? What would happen if that same guy did a bunch?
What if he did really, really light weights and he put on this so-called muscle that you talk about? He gets bigger. Can you prove it's real muscle though? Is it real? Like if you take creatine and you build 5 pounds of muscle, is it real muscle? If it's water, is it real muscle? You build 5 pounds of water muscles. Are those muscles real muscles? See what I mean? They say, oh, I take creatine, it got me stronger. It never made you stronger. You just got better at lifting a weight because it's an energy source. You got more energy. More energy in there helped you to lift that weight. It's like sugar. You eat sugar. When people don't eat carbs, why do they say they don't feel so strong? Why don't they feel so strong when they don't eat carbs? But they feel strong when they eat carbs. That's what a lot of people say. Even Ronnie Coleman said that. He goes, I could have lifted heavier if I ate carbs, but I was always in a lean state. He said he always kept himself really lean. He didn't eat so much carbs. That's what he says. So much carbs. You understand me? Because he wanted to stay in a lean state, but he still ate carbs. He's lying because he still ate carbs because his muscles are sarcoplasmic muscles. They uptake this sarcoplasmic fluid in the muscles. He trains super hard, high volume training to get sarcoplasmic muscles. That's what they do, these people. They train high volume training. That is, trained people, they get sarcoplasmic muscles. Even these steroid people, everybody, they all get that.
Tricep and upper back work.
Yeah.
And I don't mean the best in the world, obviously. We're not talking about the John Hacks and stuff because he's obviously doing things.
Whatever.
Not only does it make you look dumb, because then you can't take anything practical from it, you don't factor in that if we know X is better than Y, if someone gets pretty good results on Y, what would...
But how do you know if those results aren't fake and real? See what I mean? That is the problem. I'll see you in the next one. Tell me what you think about that. Like, subscribe, support the channel. I'll see you in the next one, broskies. I gotta go, friends. Good night.